Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Myself Saket from Gitam University, and
Hi.
he's my friend Charan. He's my
Hi,
cousin.
Charan. Hi.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
So thank you, sir, for joining with us for the interview.
Right, right.
We
Thank
take
you. Thank you very much for asking me. So it
yes,
is
sir.
a great pleasure joining you people, youngsters like you.
Yes, yes,
So might be our thoughts something will touch your minds so that you also become some good entrepreneurships.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, thank you,
Actually,
sir.
my thoughts, so mostly youngsters have to get into entrepreneurship, not into jobs.
Yes, sir.
So okay, yeah, carry on.
Yes, sir. Charan.
I'll start with can you tell us about your personal and professional background to start your
Right,
own
right. Okay,
school?
yeah, I'll tell you clearly then. So I was into actually into technical education. That is, I did my BTech. So from Vijayawada. Then I went for masters to UK in London. So I did my double masters degree there, MS and MBA. I did my hospitality tourism also. Along with that, actually, it was when I was into graduation itself, I was into teaching. So from that time, nearly from 2006. So I was outsourcing also. So that made me actually to get into own business ideas. Getting for masters is one thing. For broad-minded thing, actually, I went to London. So I was for 3 years there. So I completed my masters. I completed my diploma in tourism hospitality. Then I came back. I don't want to stay there doing some job. So actually, my thought was into education field only, but it was into college or it was into schooling. I was thinking, but my thought was to get into schooling. Why? Because a plant can be molded when it is at the sapling stage. So that made me a thought to change the children at the basic levels. If you give basic foundation to the children, I believe in education is moral and education. So we have to give moral values and also we have to give to education also. Nowadays, if you see the present, children, moral values are very less. Our batches actually, 90s or 2000 children, they used to have more moral values, respect of children and teachers. Nowadays it's slowly drastically getting down. So this is the thought I was into when I completed my MS, and I came back. Literally, I have 1 year of visa. I came back literally to India to establish a school and to innovate, get into practical of my thoughts actually. So this is the way. My education background is actually technical, but my motivation to get into teacher, I was a teacher from 2006. So that made me to get into the school field, right?
Okay. What motivated you to start your own school educational institute?
Yes, I'm a teacher, right? So a teacher will be molded by a teacher itself. I was
Yes,
into school, and there was a great teacher. Still now, he is running a school in Vijayawada. His name is Tigrupati Varprasad. He was a great mentor. So his speeches was regularly. He was giving his regular speeches when I was into ninth and tenth standard. So that was a seed into my mind. So he's a teacher. Thousands of people who used to sit and listen to his speech. 1.5 hour, 1 hour of speech was also. It was not at all boring. So
yes,
many of our friends were into jobs. Right now, also I'm into contact with my some of my friends. They always say they're earning more than me. Actually, to say truly, but they say that you're having a better, satisfaction of your job. My motivator is my teacher itself. That too in school level.
yes,
So I believe that one only. In colleges, for example, you are into your graduate college. So you don't
yes,
find
sir.
most of your only 1 or 2 lecturers. But when you go back to your schooling level, you find every subject teacher is a good motivator. You will remember their
Yes,
best memories of your schools. You
yes,
don't
sir.
have best memories of your colleges mostly. Only you will have some workshops or those things you will be remembering.
Yes,
But when it comes to school, you will remember a lot of things. So my motivation started at school itself with a teacher, right?
yes, sir. Sir,
Okay.
what are your biggest challenges faced by you, sir? While starting the education institution, by from
Yeah.
coming from the London,
Yes.
how
Yes.
you face that?
Right. Actually, making a project work is very easy, putting on the paper. But
Yes,
when
sir.
it comes to practical implementation, it's like, what is on the paper, it will give trouble of 200%.
Yes,
So
sir.
my starting trouble was how to start. So
Yes.
where I should start it. So then what I did is actually I was into teaching before I went to UK into a school. He
Yes,
was
sir.
also a teacher of my childhood. He gave first chance of getting into teaching. I
Yes, sir.
was observing what he was doing at the teaching level as a teacher itself. So from
Yes.
that time, I was planning. I have plans. So what is the school name? I was into my works. I was into studies, but I have
Yes, sir.
put my school name is Amigos. So
Yes, sir.
Amigos, I think you can know the name. It's a friendship.
Yeah. Yes,
So
sir.
captain and everything. I was into that level at before 3 years when I was into UK itself. I planned up all the names, two or three names, what to do in the schooling level. So I was observing my teachers who established a school. He was a teacher plus he had a school. So
Yes.
I was observing what he is doing and everything. So I made a note of all those points. So what are the needed? So what are the needs of the school? So how to start up the school? But when it come to my practical, establishing a school, how to start up was a great problem for me because I don't have any contacts in the city. I was from Vijayawada. Now I'm staying in
Yes.
Mangalore. Right at the
Yes.
local place, we don't have any contacts. I don't know anyone actually. So I just took up the land, made a contract, building was made. Then what I did is best thing is I use my technology, technological source, Google and everything. So how the classroom design should be there, how many children can be fit into, what are the views of the children. So what we can show to the children and how they take it. Right. So in the
Yes.
education system is first the view should be good. The classroom when
Yes.
they come into classroom, teacher is the first thing. The next thing is they should have a good ambience. That means the
Yes, sir.
school should be a good one, like the walls and some good paintings. At the same time, if you have possibility, you should maintain a garden, so trees and
Yes.
like that. So all these things was there, but all the thoughts which are on the paper, I made it only 50% of them actually.
Yes.
So I started every day, what is happening? So what are the changes needed? So when we start, we'll have a lot of struggles. We can't get that strength. Now
Yes,
I'm
sir.
12 years of establishment of school. 12 years, 2012 I started. Now it's 2024.
Yes, sir.
2012, how was my life and into this school? Now
Yes.
2024, a lot
Yes.
of experience, a lot of changes, everything what is needed. So when we
Yes.
start up, we have lots of problems. How to start?
Yes, sir.
What is the size of the
Yes, sir.
classroom? So which benches we should use it? So what are the boards we should use in? Everything I used technology. What we can say, we use Google, right? So now we know everything is we get it
Yes,
from
sir.
Google. So at that point of time itself, I was mostly into this one, using internet, knowing, getting the knowledge. So because we
Yes.
can't get all the things which are present, actually I used to search North Indian schools.
Yes.
So what are the wall paintings and everything, but what are the availability of sources here we have in this city? I used minimum of them, then I came across them. But first
Yes.
year give me a lots of lessons. So teaching skills, teachers come in, how are they teaching in, how to train up the teachers. This one also very important thing. Every Saturday I used to take a workshop for the teachers. So
Yes.
because my methodology is different and your way of methodology is different, right? We
Yes.
don't think in the same way. So what I have to do is I established a school to give the educations in my way. So I
Yes.
have to give the training to the teachers. So it was also a big task for me. So one
Yes.
whole year, in nearly 6 to 7 months, every Saturday I used to take workshop for the teachers. Then they came up in a streamline. Okay, they are into the line of what I want to do it. So teaching methodology is one of the important thing, and also parent handling is also one of the important thing. Third one is financial thing. Entrepreneurship means so financial is very important. So
Yes, sir.
financially also in the starting issue you have to invest a lot from your side because you can't get the output at the first initial stages. So that was
Yes,
also
sir.
an important thing. So slowly we learned each and every step and came across all those things. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Uh,
Right.
Uh, how you motivate your colleagues and your like children in your
Okay.
school?
Motivate my colleagues, right? My co-teachers and the children. Mostly, I believe in one thing, both Charan and Saket. The
yes,
thing is
sir.
like, I do the work. I am not a smart worker. I always tell everyone, I don't believe in smart work. Smart work is good for some people, but
Yes.
from me, from my side, I believe in hard work. So whatever I want the people in front of me to do it, I do the work in front of them hardly. The work I do is straight away it gives a message that the person is doing in this way, why can't also we do in that some way, try it. So that is the way I do it. Actually, what happened is at the starting, the before question you asked me, right? I used to motivate, I used to give workshops and everything. But slowly, what happened is after COVID, this one, what happened is even children and teachers, they don't have patience because of the medicine, because of this vaccine and everything.
Yes.
They're not having that much of patience to sit for longer times. So now we can't take workshops. They think it's as bore. What I do is, even still now, even I'm the established of the school or principal, headmaster, whatever you say, I start my day with a teaching at 9 o'clock and I end my day at 3 o'clock. So I'm completely into teaching. So the way I teach is I give everything to the children in two ways: giving knowledge and giving entertainment. That depends on the way you teach. So whatever the work we are doing, that will resemble you, right? However, your lecturer is teaching you, you will resemble in the same way, right? So at childhood, it resembles a lot actually. How you are behaving, how you are, moving your hands, how you are teaching, all this will resemble a child. So I only one believe in one thing is hard work. I do the same thing. I need not tell. Automatically, that will resemble the people,
Yes.
co-teachers. I will not tell anyone to do any work. My system of working is I will not tell Charan you do this one or Sakit you do this one.
Yes.
What I'll do is, I will do that work. Automatically, what will happen? SAR is working. So why we should not also work at least to 50% of that one?
Yes.
So they will do in the such way. That's it. So that is the only strategy I use in, doing or giving my work to co-teachers. I will do it. I will not tell them. You did not do. I will not scold them or anything. I will go and do it. What will happen? So you will come and do, right? Oh, I did not do. So that's why he's doing it. So you will come and
Yes.
automatically, sir, please, I will do it. So this is the one way I follow. This is my strategy. So for everything, it will not be suitable. For me, it is suited, right?
Yes. So,
Right.
like, how do you incorporate innovation into your venture daily operations, sir?
Right.
Like,
Actually, one thing is in the initial stage, I'll tell from my starting. Okay, will it be fine? So more
yes,
time.
yeah, yeah, sir, no problem.
Right. So I was into this education system or teaching with my passion, right?
Yes, sir.
So every year or every 2 years, every summer holidays when it comes, I will sit and I'll think what I can do this year to the children. So in the initial stages, what I did was for primary kids, right, pre-primary, like LKG and UKG kids will be there, right? So actually, when you are into schooling or when I was into schooling, what the teacher will do, A for apple, B for ball, orally it was there. Right? Slowly, what happened? It was into digitalization. That means they will put in the TVs with a pen drive and they'll do digital lessons or stories and everything will happen. But when I go through in the Google, when I was searching, there was some touchpads. Now you have Apple touchpads like that was very little cost. That is nearly 300 to 400. Even now you can go and search in Amazon. So that is very
Yes,
simple. The pad will be having alphabets A to Z. They will have four modes. One mode is alphabet. One mode is A for apple, B for ball. It will be telling.
yes, sir.
Another mode is it will be telling numbers 1, 2, 3. Another mode is it will tell number names ONE1 TW2. So what
Yes,
I
sir.
did is I bought some 10 tabs initially. Then I used to make the students to come slowly to the tab, take the tab, keep pressing it. I used to keep
Yes,
one mode for everyone. So what will
yes,
happen? The children don't know, right? You already know. Now if you give phone to the children, they'll be scribbling everything. So
yes,
initial stages, the phone methodology now it is okay, but previously, 5, 6 years or 2012 at the system, children were not familiar with these mobiles. Right now, how they are. So
yes,
for them it was like fun. But what happened is hearing. We are hearing twice at times. So practically, I will tell you one thing. One thing is when you sing a song or when you are hearing a favorite hero song. So what you'll do if the song is nice, you'll be keeping listening to the songs for 10, 11 times, right? 12th time, what will happen? You'll sing the lyric. Then next lyric automatically it will come from your mouth, isn't it or not?
yes, sir. Yes,
A methodology I was following. So they keep pressing it, whatever the letter they want. So they will be listening. What will happen when they press that letter? A. So when the letter is about to finish, they will tell A. So this
yes,
was I was implementing slowly. Then I was into digitalization, then app methodology, and right now what I'm doing is I think what I do is I will follow the same thing as I told you, like listening a song. So I get into it because when I take the audio lessons from the authors, their accent is completely different. So now CBSE books are there, central syllabus. Author accent is different. The children at the present city, they cannot follow that accent. So they can follow the accent what I am speaking because regularly I speak to the children.
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes.
what I do is actually I follow that thing. I take the textbook. I simply take my mobile phone. So I start reading in a slow way. Hi Saket, how are you? So in this way, if I read the lesson slowly like this way, I will record it. I will convert to MP3. I'll just put it in a pen drive. Then I'll play it in an audio player. Then I make the children to take the textbook and sit for half an hour. So what will happen? The lesson will keep on going for 3 to 4 times or 5 to 6 times, depending on the timing.
Yes.
So when they read it for listen it for some times, after some time, when you next day when you ask the children to read that lesson, they will nicely in a flow they will read the lesson. So this
Yes.
slowly I keep on drastically changing, and my own thoughts also I implement. Some of them get success, some of them get fail. So this methodology of listening was a bit of success this year because after Corona, this pandemic, the children lost 1.5 year of academics. We were also in the
Yes.
same like now how you are teaching. So this teaching methodology only for some point of time for you can understand. But children,
Yes.
how can I teach maths? I was teaching on whiteboard in Zoom, but they cannot
Yes,
take
sir.
it. How much they are listening, how much they are writing. We cannot have a look on that one. Parent will be sitting
Yes.
for some time after that they will go away. Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Uh,
in that way, what I did is I followed this way of methodology. Now it is bit of success. I am keeping on trial. So 60 to 70% what I told the children are able to read. Reading skills have been reduced because of that one. Even patience,
yes.
I told you, right? They are unable to sit for longer times. So if, at least in this way, reading skills will improve. If the reading skills improve, their memory power also will increase. So these are the some methodologies I was following slow one by one as per the technology is changing, so I'm also changing to it. And even I told you like in the initial stages financial is
Yes.
also important. When you go
Yeah.
outside
Yes.
for the same package they will charge you nearly 40 to 50,000. So medium
Yes, sir.
like budget school, mine is like a small school of 200 students, so I cannot go for that one. I cannot charge this is a small city. I cannot go and
Yes.
charge a rich student pay me some 500. So paying fees is also depends. Financial also we have to manage. So I can do
Yes.
it. I'm doing it. I'm giving it for free. So even for
Yeah.
me also it's a great learning one. So in
Yes.
that way I'm following it up.
Sir,
Okay.
like,
Yes.
can you please brief me about your latest innovation, sir? Like an excellent
Latest,
question.
I think I already told you the same thing. So, reading skills, in that answer I came before question itself. Right. This
Yeah.
one
Yes.
actually I did on my own. This one is not there anywhere. Actually, I
Yes.
have planned nearly 4 to 5 years back itself, but I was
Yes, sir.
unable to. But this year I implemented that thing. I bought
Yes,
some
sir.
audio players separately. Simple thing, which we use in small autos. You use the audio
Yes.
players, right? That one
Yes, sir.
cost me 4 to 500. So I bought for each and every one classroom. Then I
Yes.
started recording. I converted into MP3 on online with a free of cost. Then slowly I added some small background music. Then slow, simple music because the way you pronounce is important here. They have to follow. You should go in a slow way so that the children how they will understand. Now I'm speaking in a speed, little bit speed. It is like
Yes.
1.5 speed, something it will come. But the children cannot follow that speed when you're reading.
Yes.
So we have to take it to zero point 0.5 speed, less than one time. So that
Yes.
speed will take it and slowly will read the lesson, and that was into implementation. So this is the new. This year I'm actually doing it 100%. I'm following that thing. Right.
Yes.
Even the question and answers also. Previously, you people are when I was we used to read on our ourselves, right? Now they are
Yes.
unable to read on by themselves. Drilling also, if I give five children will do the drilling, but remaining five children will not do it. But when you keep
Yes.
this one audio, even they don't follow the textbook, even they don't follow their classwork also, it will go into their ears, as I told you.
Yes.
Believe one thing: if you write one time, it is like reading. If you keep
Yes,
on
sir.
listening, so automatically when the before word come, the next word it will come from your mouth without unknowing because natural science we have already learned that it will be recorded in the unconscious mind. So all those
Yes,
things
sir.
will be recorded in the unconscious. And when the song come, we will be singing the lyrics. The same methodology I'm using it right now. So this is
Yeah.
my own thought, and I'm practically doing it also.
Yes, sir. Sir, like, how do you stay updated with the latest trends in the market, sir, and integrate the new ideas to your school?
Okay, actually, I get into these people what it is. Innovation means mostly what we look into is nowadays what is happening is digitalization and
Yes, sir.
getting into app technology. But I use minimum things actually. I don't get into mostly because if you give lots of things, also they don't follow it. The simple things they do it. What I do is, as I told you right now, audio system. And another thing is, if you are absent for a day or 2 days, then what will happen? Your classwork will miss, right? So what I'll do is I'll prepare all the notes in the PDF, then I'll send straight away to your mobiles. So what you can do is you can complete your incomplete works without any dues. So these are the small things which I learn, and I keep on sending through the mobile phones. Small things I keep doing it because even I have to check it whether it is implemented or not by the students and parents also. So this is one thing actually I learned from others people, which is going right now. Even there are lot
Yes, sir.
actually, like Byju's system, they are giving animated lesson and everything. As I told you, financial also we have to get into it. So small
Yes,
things
sir.
I can do it as per the running. We should also get updated, right? So I'm getting
Yes, sir.
updated as per my standards, financial standards also. I have to follow as per the regular standards. We cannot go get into higher levels. So,
Yes,
but
sir.
medievally, what we can do as per the updation of the technology and education system we are doing. And one thing I follow is visualization.
Yes,
So
sir.
visualization also I'll do it, and along with these audios, I'm actually planning like whiteboard teaching recordings. So mathematics, I'm a mathematics
Yes,
teacher.
sir.
Maths and science I
Yes,
do it well. So
yes,
maths when I'm teaching, I record the basics. So I teach like primary kids. I'm telling, right? So whatever the basic things we need for addition, different types of addition, subtraction, different forms of subtraction. So like that, multiplications, divisions. So whatever the main basic concepts are there, I do follow those things. I record them. I just
yes,
take a whiteboard, how you are recording right now. I'll keep a whiteboard back of mine. I'll keep the mobile onto the stand. Then I do the recording with small things which I have because I cannot afford for big that animated board, and that cost nearly one and a half.
yes, sir.
So whatever the resources I am having, just a small updated. I have taken it from the people. You can check in the YouTube, right? Every one is using that one. When it get into the teaching, whatever the teaching is, whatever the
Yes,
genre is, they are using this animated board. So I'm following that one. I have taken right now, and I'm doing it for mathematics basic concepts actually. And slowly
yes,
planning. I want to get into the lessons also. So it would be effective when I'm, not present also. What I can do is I can give live teaching, right? So that
yes, sir.
live teaching I can play on the television, and then I can make the students sit. Teacher will be observing. My live teaching will go to the students, even if I am set on the day also. So I'm planning that one also. That is actually going in the education system right now. Even in the
Yes,
YouTubes also live teachings. Every teacher, she will be sitting somewhere in another city, and they will giving teaching to the students like you or me. So online is going on, right? You are recording in the same way. I'll be recording the live
yes,
lesson teachings. So I'm following that one right now.
yes, sir. Sir,
Uh,
can you share a challenge that you faced which required a creative solution, sir? And how do you handle it?
Okay. Right now you're asking our initial stages.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the challenge means in the initial stages, I think I already told you. Right
Yes,
now, the challenge is right, getting the teaching proper way into the students. That is a challenge actually. Now
yes,
I'm
sir.
there. My methodology is this. You came to know. Also, we have been speaking for a long time. But
Yeah.
the same output we can't expect from the teacher, right?
Yes, sir.
So the student will be habituated to your way of teaching. When I go for mathematics and science, my way of teaching will be interesting, and they'll be listening and they want more and more. Right. But I cannot teach all the subjects. So Telugu, Hindi, English, and there are some other teachers they have to do it. The challenge I'm facing is the children are expecting the way you are teaching from the other people also. Then what I
Yes,
have to do, I have to make the teachers also to teach in an effective way. But
yes,
that 100% output we are not getting from the other people because everyone is not same, right? So you have your own views, you have your own way of teaching. So that is one way, and also working is also not 100% commitment. So committed way of work is also not being happening in any institution, right? Not about me, I'm telling. Every institution or company or whatever it is,
Yes.
there the 100% output from the employees, they're not getting satisfied actually. So they're
Yes.
not satisfied in any entrepreneur if you ask, and the people keep on changing. So I follow one thing is actually I don't depend on the employees or the teacher or any other office work and everything. I do it first. I am completely into knowledge of that work. Then I explain you to do it. Even if
Yes.
you leave the job, I'm telling you get some better opportunity and you leave the company or you leave the school and go.
Yeah.
Then until some other is refilled or they get into that work, then that gap is not filled up, right? So I know all the work. I have trained you. So even if you are absence also, that gap is nowhere for me. I can handle
Yes.
that. I will completely do it, right? Even
Yes.
every day there will be challenge actually, because at a school you have to handle the children. You have to handle the children in a proper way, because child will spend a lot of time in the school more than at home,
Yes.
because they come at
Yes.
8:30. They will be till 4. The normal school hours I'm telling till 4 to
Yes.
4:30. So
Yes.
a child will spend a more time than a parent at me
Yes.
in the school. So his feeding is important at the lunchtime. He is if you are getting feeded or not, he's eating or he's closing a box and going. That is one important thing. Nowadays, the parents are more
Yes, sir.
important looking at the feeding is properly done. He's eating or he's throwing away. That is important thing.
Yes.
Next one is his behavior. Next one is how
Yes.
he is behaving in the classroom. So every day, mostly work is for 30 to 40%. Remaining 60% is handling the children. Yeah, this is the main challenge we are facing at all schools. Actually, I'm telling in the education system right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
What you think about the present education system?
Present education system has to change. I would say. I would say. Right. Why both of you are laughing? Right.
Nothing, sir.
Actually, yeah, when we were studying, actually, I was
Yeah.
into 90s. I'm a 90s kid, you can say, 90s schooling. Right.
Yes.
So 90s schooling, if you see the syllabus, too much of, even I tried for IIT, I was into Bitspilani, Dubai. Bitspilani, Dubai was initially started at that time. I got admission also into that. Even your Gitam University is there, right? That was Gitam College when we were studying.
Yeah.
So my
Yes.
first counseling, MSET counseling used to be there. Now it is university. I think it is out of the Gitam said something they have kept it. So your Gitam University at Vizag, we have also attended nearly 2 to 3 seminars. So I was
Yes.
best speaker also at that time. You used to give seminars from mechanical side. So I
Yes.
used to give. I think for me, if you ask a question, I can explain you nearly half an hour to 45 minutes also, because the teacher can, if you give any concept, he'll keep on teaching.
Yes.
So teacher likes to speak. So like that, I'm
Yes.
speaking a lot. But that is as a teacher, I have to explain clearly, right? Sorry, let
Yes.
me get back into the question. Once you asked me the
Yes, sir.
question, I was somewhere again.
What
Right.
you think about the present education system?
Education system mostly presently the syllabus which is there from first class to 10th class. I'm familiar with all the subjects, and what is the syllabus being changing every year. The system we can say even see in CBSE or our state. Now the state also has become completely CBSE. They say that more practical knowledge is needed, but the practical knowledge, is it getting into the mind of the child? And previously, what we studied, we used to have chain link up. That means when you study some concepts in your 8th, ninth, or 10th, say 10th class, right? Some of the concepts were interlinked to your intermediate. Okay, when you take FPC or
Yes.
BPC, some of the concepts are interlinked. That will help you a
Yes.
lot. Now, if you see the textbooks of the 10th class student, when you see the academy books, something they say in intermediate, I don't completely remember word of intermediate. There is not at all interlinked in any of the concept. Only I think 20 or 30% of the concept will be interlinked. And also, you studied intermediate NPC, I think, right? Is there
Yes.
any of your subject into engineering?
No, sir.
Question.
No.
Not right. So nothing.
Yes.
I think a mechanic subject will be there for you. It is there or not? I don't know. You are into IT, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
previously when we were doing engineering, also the first year we used to have common subjects. all branches, every branch used to have common subjects. So even all branches people also used to sit in same classes also. They used to divide only sections in the first year. So beside me there was CSE, it was EC, like that, electrical engineering. All the students used to be there. We used to be a group of friends. Second year we used to
Yes.
have our the technical subjects, and we used to get divided into our different branches, buildings. So
Yes.
what it helped, even I'll tell you one thing. Even a mechanical student is into software, right now.
Yes.
Our batches, nearly 90% of them, they are into IT right now. They are into project managers or some senior IT managers or something. There is not at all related to mechanical.
Yes.
Even we used to have C++ plus plus and Java, C programming and C and data structure. I think I remember the subject. So used to have, so C programming still I remember. See, it was nearly in 2005 I started engineering. Now
Yes.
you can compare nearly how many years? 14 years. So I remember the
Yes.
subject name at least. So that means I have some knowledge, right? Now what is
Yes.
happening at school level or intermediate level or your graduation level? Practical knowledge is zero. Even you ask your, for example, you are into CSC. If you open a computer, tell me how many parts will be there, what are the name of the parts. A hardware engineer who has done 10th class, he will come and within 5 minutes he'll repair your desktop or your laptop, and he'll go, you will pay some thousands of rupees to him, right? So you
Yes.
see how much you are into software. We do only soft works. We don't do any hard
Yeah.
works. So that is the
Yes.
thing. Education system is happening. We need some lot of practical thing. Even one electrical student, if you ask, please put some fees will be there, right, for our main this one.
Yes.
They don't know how to put on the fees. If the fees go on, they don't know how
Yes.
to put it. They will be traveling. They will be shivering like this. So practical knowledge. He is a easy student. Electrical student, he don't know to put, he don't know what is positive, he don't know what is neutral, he don't know what is this one negative terminal. So they don't know these three terminals, and they are into electrical engineering. So see what is
Yes.
happening. Book knowledge is there, but they don't have practical knowledge. I'll tell you my
Yes.
live example. I don't get into actually when I was into engineering, what I used to do is I used to do night job. My I have to financially support my family, so I used to do night job into BPOs, business process outsourcing. It was a US IT recruiting firm, they used to say. So when I go to college, what I do is I listen to the lesson. Then what will happen? I go at 9:30 or something. I take the attendance. I listen to some concepts. That's it. I don't even write the notes also. I used to go to
Yes.
my friend's room. Then I used to keep on studying. What they
Yes.
do is they do maki ki maki. So you know what is the meaning, right? Bati.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes.
So they just what is there in the textbook they keep into the mind. My view at that point of time at schooling also, what I used to do is I used to read the concept. I used to understand. In the same way, now I am teaching the same way to my students also. So what is the particular thing? I'm into mechanical. So
Yes.
what are the parts of the your vehicle is there? So mechanical means in third year,
Yes.
fourth year you'll get the part. So that part I used to go and observe under the vehicle. So how is there? I used to observe that view. I used to draw the picture, and then I used to fill up my pages. What is the concept I understood? I used to get the same marks.
Yes.
They go to college regularly. I just study for 2 to 3 days. This is the understanding I'm telling, right? So if you
Yes.
understand the concept, you can get into it. You will get the knowledge as much as you want. So now
Yes.
education system is missing the concepts of understanding of student. There are some schools right now. Even in Vijayawada
Yes.
also, there is one school. They don't get into class level of teaching. So first class, second class, third class, fourth class, there is not at all teaching like that. Whatever subject you are interested, you can go, you can learn, and you are into sixth class, right? You can teach
Yes.
the lower students of your friends in that school. So there is no teaching methodology. They cook on their own, they learn on their own. If they have any doubt, the teachers will be clearing them. They take the exam on their own. So there are some schools in Vijayawada. There are one school is there, Vikas Vidyavanam. That school is there. So I love that way of teaching. Actually, that is the most important. Even if you want IIT, now they take lakhs of rupees and they get into it. If you don't have the concept, also, if you pay lakhs of rupees, also, how would you get IIT seat?
Yes.
Previously, IIT was only one or two. Now, so many IITs are there, right? Even in Hyderabad, also, we have one IIT is there. So, IIT colleges are increasing, but concept teaching people are getting less. That's it. Then
Yeah.
I'll just tell you one, this one in Telugu. Can I tell just one line of statement in Telugu?
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
మంది ఎక్కువైతే మజ్జిగ పలసన.
Yes.
So that is the way of happening in this one system. Even
Yes.
I'll tell you one thing: universities are getting increased, right? So don't take
Yes.
it into viral. Universities are getting previously, if you want to get rank into university, so it was only below 8,000 or 7,000. That's it. I was my answer rank was nearly some 20,000 plus or something. So for that I got into VR Siddhartha and Gitam. Gitam was far away. I was in Vijayawada. VR Siddhartha is beside my house. So
Yes.
that's why I left. First preference is Gitam. I left it. Then I took the beside college. This is VR Siddhartha. So this
Yes.
way there was heavy competition. Then automatically, if you learn the concept, you will get it. If you don't know the concept also, there is no use, right? You keep on attempting the exams. That's it. But you don't get it. Now what is happening?
Yeah.
SRM University or VIT University is there at Vellore Institute of Technology came into Vijayawada. To get into that one, they used to have long-term coaching for 1 year. Some of my friends were doing MTech into that one. Now they
Yes.
easily pay 3 and 4 lakhs and they go to the college. That's it. So
Yes.
where is it? The concept is missing, right? So then our education system, what is happening is pay the money, get it. That's it. If you pay the
Yes.
money, you'll get a certificate. But knowledge,
Yes.
practical knowledge is missing. First important, practical knowledge. Second thing is the value of education is going away. Everyone is having a certificate, right? But
Yes.
what is the use of certificate? So how you are implementing that one also is important. Most of them they are doing mechanical, EC, and everything. 80 to 90% they are getting into CSC. So what is the
Yes.
use of doing EC and what is the doing of mechanical? They don't know to get into core. Just doing of engineering one certificate, get into the job, which you get some, 5 numbers package of salary. That's it.
Yes.
So my way is I want education system to be changed as a practical, and that has to be linked up from your schooling to college to a practical. One thing, if you take technical education, most of them are getting to intermediate. If you go to
Yes.
polytechnic, that is the best thing if you want to get into engineering. Now I suggest my students, most of them, get into polytechnic, get a technical knowledge, then it will help you a
Yes.
lot in your engineering. Really, really I'm telling you, because gate you will be attempting, right? So for getting into MTech, into National Institute of Technology, you have to attempt gate, right? That is very tough exam. So for attempting GATE, you need to have very good of technical education. That means your subject, you should have very good education of subject. But in engineering, in first year, second year, you don't have much of your knowledge. In third and fourth comes means what will happen? You will become seniors, right? We are seniors of the college, right? Project first comes in, you will get some good credits. The first year, second year, some will have arrears. So
Yes.
in third year, they will complete their arrears. They will be busy into that one. Third year and fourth year, they will be have some easy subjects. They will be complete. Actually, I don't know how is the system going on. Right? Previously, it was like
Yes.
that. In fourth year comes means we don't even go to the college actually. Just we'll be having
Yes.
attendance of 80 to 90%. Only half day will be there. We'll go to our professor, sir, namaste. Right, our project was submitted. Then finish. We get 100 of 80 marks. Nice, good.
Yes, sir.
It's done. Finish. So
Yes, sir.
So what is happening is some practical knowledge. What is the concept? One thing I'll tell you literally. We did our project. I did my project in fiber technology. That
Yes.
one in wastewater. Wastewater, some grass will be there. Is it fine if I
Yes.
explain you that one?
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. We did a project. I was the second candidate. So first candidate will be there with more percentage. The second, they will divide into 4 groups: A, B, C, D. So I was a B candidate. A candidate was not at
Yes.
all telling any question, any answer also, because he
Yes.
did the work. He did only reporting and everything he was doing. Practical everything I was doing, because what we
Yes.
have to do is we have to get into some ditches and we have to take that grass. Very tall it will be. Jammu they will call in Telugu. Jammu Gaddan
Yes.
they will be calling. So that one you need to get into. You need to decompose it for 21 days. Then after that you have to take out that it will get foul smell, very bad smell it will be coming. Then you have to dry it. Then you have to crush it. After that you will get fibers. You will get some small threads, small fibers. So that
Yes.
fibers you have to get into epoxy resin. They say. So you need to fill that epoxy resin. You need to take that slipper making rubbers. So you need to go to the company, get into that. You have to cut it into rectangular shapes. So epoxy resin, then put some fiber. First 5 grams, then 10 grams, then 15 grams, then 20 grams. Then what you have to do is you have to test it, test the strength of that one. So you have to test the
Yes.
strength of that one and how much it is a durability. That strength it can be capable. Then how many kgs. So how much force it can or how much weight it can get. Even now it is into practical. Actually recently I have seen that paper has been produced. PhD he was doing, our professor, when he did some changes, he submitted to national level paper. It was also, he got nice good rank also. He did got his PhD also. Recently I have seen with the grass they make some plastic items. Somewhere I have learned a complete article. I don't know, but how I remember this thing. In 2008 something, you can say 2009 or 2008, I started doing the project. So after these many years, I explained you from starting to end in that book. Right? How is it possible? Because it was done practically with my hand. If you do with your hands, you will remember it. If you do with your mind also, you will remember it. But if you do it, just keep on doing, listening, reading, you can't do it. So that is the education system missing right now. That is why children are, not getting jobs. Practically, they
Yes.
don't know knowledge. They don't have communication skills. They don't have communication skills.
Yes.
Cannot come from anywhere. You have to improve it from yourself. Now, what they say is, my
Yes.
child should speak in English, my child should speak in English, they will say. But you have to speak on your own, right? You have to speak, you have to communicate with your friend, you have to learn or watch some movies, some English movies. I used to watch some star movies used to be there, read the, underline type. You have to learn and speak in front of the mirror. That is the best thing. I was into action training. They used to tell me, you have to go into the room, speak it in front of your mirror. Some people will say, are you mad? You are mad, right? So you be crazy or you be mad, you will learn English. So
Yes.
now you can see how I'm speaking. When I went to London, my friends want to buy mobile, they don't know English properly. So what they do is, please come, no, we'll go to shop. Please help us to speak.
Yes.
What they are, speaking. There in UK, you have neutral accent, not like in US.
Yes.
Core, what is that? They don't speak like that. So in UK, it is a neutral accent. They will speak nice English. But that English also they used to not understand initially, because when you go to other country, you have to buy a mobile, right?
Yeah.
So to buy that mobile, they used to have a lot of trouble. Which mobile they
Yes.
want, what they are telling, they don't understand. So like that, communication skills will come on your own if you practice it. That's it. Okay. So this is the system has to
Uh,
change. It was a long
Yes.
time. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
the for the school in next 5 to 10 years.
Right. My vision is only one thing, Charan. I want to give, as I told you right now, right? Concept I believe in. Whether the student get into any field, whatever the field he is going into, or if we go to the next class also. For example, he's studying third class. The next class he go, or if we go to eighth class, he has to remember what is taught in the previous 2 years back or 3 years back class. So what I am teaching has to go straight away into the mind. So I believe in, as I told you, I believe in hard work. I believe in doing it with my hands. I teach it on the board, right? So I teach it on the board. I speak it with my mouth, and that straight words has to get into the mind of the child. That depends. Every teacher will do the same thing. Every teacher will do. He will be writing on the board. He'll be telling. But the way you teach is important. That the child will take some of your words into his mind. Then how you should teach? That is the one question mark. How you should teach means the knowledge plus entertainment to the child with your words. Two things you have to follow here as a teacher. You have to get
Yes.
the child into your grip. That means he should be scared of a teacher. So today that is not there. But in my school, just if I shout one thing, one shout, keep quiet. If I say, the whole nearly 4 to 5 classes will be there. They will just keep quiet. So that is there. If I make them just a small joke, if I put in, then everyone will laugh. So these two things I will follow. When my methodology is completely old methodology, because we used to be beaten up by the teacher. Now we are in this standard. Even if the parent comes, why you bet? You ask your child what he did. So what he did, he will tell. He will not tell at home. In front of me, what you did tell. I'll ask him. So he will tell the same thing. So then what will happen? The parent will just keep it quiet and he'll go. So next time he will not come back again. So because first the parent
Yes.
will ask who bet, teacher or sir.
Yes.
Ah no, sir bet. Okay, you keep quiet. Let us not go to the school. So for complaining. So I follow these two things actually. Even after 5 years also, I started teaching as I told you from 2006, the same methodology. You remember? I don't know. I think maybe my previous students, yeah, they are doing some jobs that will be your seniors. They did their BTechs, they did their MTech, and some of them are doing their PhD. Some of them into other countries, they are doing their jobs, but still they are in contact. How is that possible? Mostly teachers, they don't have contacts of the student. Now they come up to me when they come to the city, they come to Vijayawada, means they will call me up, they'll get into contact, they'll come to me, we'll have some food party they'll be giving up. That is the teacher achievement, actually, I believe in. So you ask me, right, next 5 years what is your methodology? After five
Yes.
years or 10 years, as a student, he has to come back to me to share his experience, or he should ask me for a counseling. So these students actually stopped with BTech, my previous students. Then I gave them counseling. Now you're doing job, okay, fine. So if you get a promotion, automatically that company will ask you for higher education qualification. That means that post needs some MTech. Then what you'll do? So you go to some college, find it regularly, take the admission, go to your job, regularly do it. At the point of exams, automatically the company will give you permission. No, they did their MTech. Now they are into PhD also in the same way. So when they come and tell me that, sir, really your words are true. Now we are getting into promotion because of that one. We have experience and also we have a qualification as per your promotion. So that helps them, right? So that is attachment of teacher and
Yes.
student. So you have to counsel them. Many of them, not this is just one example I'm telling. One example I'll tell you, in my schooling actually. So that student is not at all interested into education. So what happened is their parents want him to push him into studies only. They want him to go to intermediate, then MSET, then engineering. My student my child who has to go into software job, white and white collar job, everything he has to do. But that guy is not at all interested into schooling. Then they came up to me, sir, what is happening? What should we do? Then I asked this guy, what you want to do? He said, sir, I want to do animation. Okay, then my one of my previous students already he did degree, then he did his MSc, then he was into animation. Now he's doing job, he's getting 1 lakh package. Then I took some suggestions from that boy. Then he told me, sir, in Guntur and Vijayawada, these two institutes are there. Please go and take admission. I'll speak to them. I gave that boy admission 2 years. So 1 lakh payment he did. Now you know what is the package of that boy? His age is 17 years. He just did 10th class at me. Intermediate in open I made him do because I need, as I told you, qualification is needed. I forced him, please do it. You come and write. That is exam slowly will pass. But at her house, he has a brother like you. So he completed his BTech. He is still not into job. He completed his BTech 1 year before that. He took all coachings of Java, everything, Oracle, whatever, front end or back end, some programming skill with there. He paid nearly 1.5 lakh, but he is not into job. As a fresher, it's very difficult right now getting into job. This boy is earning nearly 35 package per month. So imagine what is happening. So parent want to get into only the way that child is going or his friend is going. So not in that way. The thinking of the child is also important. Another boy is there, hotel management. He was interested. I told him, give 2 years. Now that boy, you know how much he's earning? Nearly, if you go to any events, if you go, he will earn 1 lakh. He is the head of the event right now. 1 lakh to 2 lakhs. So imagine who will earn 1 lakh to 2 lakhs for 1 week. So this is the way happening right now. When they come up to me, I only mere number will be coming up to me. People who know me. I'll speak to the student. I'll speak to the parents. I'll be telling them. But that contact, as you said, 5 years. No, it is not for 5 years. Some of my students got married. They have some kids also. They come up, sir, how are you? How are you? My marriage. Please take my card and come. So it's like a long relation with a teacher and a student actually. That is only happening in this system. A
Yes.
company, you will work, you'll get the job, then you'll get one US job, then what will happen? You'll go by say Tata. But in education, teacher and student relation is never broken. That has to be bonded. Right now, it is not being bonded, as I told you at the starting. Moral values are missing between a teacher and a student. So if that is missing, what I told you right now, bonding will be missing. So I follow that. I get a bond with the students. Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, thank you for
Right,
spending the
right. So
time
I
with
should
us.
thank you. I think you said it was only, sir,
So,
for some point of time. I think it's already 1 hour. Huh? How much time we took it?
40 minutes.
will happen. So even
Yes.
whatever the questions you are asking, it will take more time also. But I don't want to take care much of your time also. So if you go on keeping on education, it will not stop actually. From my
Yes.
end, I am into with a great passion actually into teaching. So this one is just for a livelihood what I'm going on. If I go
Yes.
into job, as I told you, the qualification is every teacher is as with a passion actually. Some of them might be for their livelihood after degree or MS.
Yes.
But from my end also, there are some people, some of my colleagues or some people will be there. They are into teaching with passion. They are running schools. Some of them into management is there. Some of them into teaching is there. I'm completely into this with passion only. So every day, what I am teaching, I'm learning it. So whatever the teaching, even if I'm teaching to fifth class, sixth class, also I learn from the textbook. So mostly I follow. I believe in nature. We should to follow. Four things I believe in. I teach the same things: save plants, save animals, save environment, save water. So if you do these four things, automatically what will happen? So whatever the environment, whatever the nature is there, it will also help us. You know what is happening right now, even now in the winter season, but the temperatures are like summer season. Right? That things we have to do it only at
Yes,
the
sir.
school level itself. In college, will they teach you all these things? No. If they teach you what you will do, you will laugh. What sir, what you are telling
Yes.
environment, what you are, please teach us some the main subject which we need. Please teach us, sir. You will be telling, right? So all these things, as I told you, seed when it get to
Yes.
sapling, plant and tree. After getting into tree, can you mold it? Can you bend it a little bit? No, not at all possible, right? So only when it is a plant, only you can mold up everything. The
Yes, sir.
Telugu, just I'll tell you one line. ఏంటంటే మొక్క
Yes.
ఏది మనం ఏం చేయొచ్చు వంచొచ్చు. పెద్దదైన తర్వాత దాన్ని ఎట్టి పరిస్థితిలో వంచు. ఇప్పుడు మీరైనా అంతే. When the child is at the at initial stages, we can change him. Once he's grown up, once he is into after 10th class, there is not at all possibility. Right now, even at 7th and 8th also, you ask technology what is happening, right? Now technology is spoiling, not giving positive approach. It is giving lots of negative approach. In schooling, outside the schooling, we are seeing a lot. Everyone is
Yes, sir.
having mobile. They are not using for positive things. You can use mobile for lots of positive things. Whatever we don't know, as I told you, right, from initial stage still now, if I don't know anything, previously there is no YouTube. When I was into college studies, YouTube afterwards now recently I think we used to search step by step in Google itself. Google will, if you type anything, what will Google tell you? Step one, do this. Step two, do this. Step three, do this. It will tell, right? In Word or Excel, if you have any doubts. So that we used to follow. Now we have YouTube, right? Step by step,
Yes.
everyone like you people will be doing it and will be uploading. So how much easy you can get your solution, but who is using it? Even government actually recent previous government, I'll not tell you the name. They have introduced the tabs. What they are doing? I think in shorts also you have seen they have unlocked that and they are playing these games. See what is happening. Children what they are doing. So even they are doing. Who will tell? Go tell. What will happen? We'll see.
Yes.
See that child. How much? What is his age? What he is talking. So these are things
Yes.
happening. Lots of things has to change. Both of you do this. So thank you for asking lots of these questions.
Oh,
So
thank
Yes, sir.
okay, right.
So, so thank you.
Okay, then right.
So,
Okay, right.
thank you so
Okay.
much, sir.
thank
So
you.
it's